Good news. We want to bring in now our medical expert, Dr. Samir Islam, to talk more about this Delta strain tonight.
Yeah, Dr. Islam, again, we thank you for being with us and talking about these kinds of things. The CDC, I know, announced a new mutation of the virus that they're calling Delta Plus. So what is that, and what's so different now about these new variants we're talking about?
So what we're finding out is, as viruses typically grow and are in the population, they mutate, and sometimes these mutations can make them less sick, but sometimes they can make people more contagious and more sick as well. We're finding with COVID-19, this Delta variant and also the Delta Plus variant are making people more sick and also more contagious, and we anticipate more and more people who are not vaccinated to get the complications and actually get the virus itself and be hospitalized longer.
We just mentioned, Dr. Islam, that 7 people who just tested positive, they had this new variant. So will the current COVID test determine if you have one of these variants, or do you need to do another test to find that out?
Typically, the traditional COVID test will allow us to know if you have the Delta variant. So if you're getting a normal COVID testing, usually in that setting we can find out if this is actually the variant or one of the other COVID strains that we had before.
Have you seen folks with these new mutations in Lubbock and treated them maybe? How are they doing with it?
So, what we're finding is that even though we don't have a large patient population that has this new variant, those that do sick, number one, they are 100% unvaccinated, but also two, they tend to have symptoms that are more prevalent, more severe, and they're in the hospital longer, and more importantly, they're having longer complications outside the hospital with post-COVID pneumonia, brain fog, fatigue, and all sorts of other COVID symptoms.
It's a good reason to get vaccinated, of course. So the current vaccines help keep us safe against these variants. Good news. But is there any talk that we may need some sort of booster and an additional vaccine to fight off these variants?
So what we're finding is that the science is very clear. If you've gotten the COVID vaccine, you are immune against getting the variants. Now, there's some exceptions. So if you are immunocompromised, or maybe you are in the older population, you may not have enough of the vaccine in you, so you may need a booster. But by and large, for the vast majority of people, if you're vaccinated, it protects you against this variant and any other variants that may be coming in the future as well.
All right, very good. Dr. Samir Islam, thank you again for the real knowledge. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you again real soon.
Thank you guys so much.